That is the sound of childhood. So what are we playing on the classic Sony PlayStation system? We're playing X-Men Mutant Academy 2. Put out 1 year after the first Mutant Academy. 1 year after Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So the influence of that game is here. And it's time to see what, if any, changes were made to Mutant Academy in order to warrant a sequel. This is still part of the Danger Room simulation, right? Right? So yes, Mutant Academy 2 is still developed by Paradox. So they're still the ones in charge. But 1 year, that's not really enough for big changes. But good quality of life changes nonetheless. So, in the first Mutant Academy, I played as one of the X-Men to see us through the journey, but now we have the Brotherhood open to us. And I'm not letting that opportunity slip away.
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth has two supers that have very similar button combinations, yet do very different abilities.
Gonna enjoy this!
I am Phoenix.
Sabretooth. He has a Berserker Claw, as you would expect him to have. I'm also dealing with Phoenix, who is a different beast altogether. For some reason, she can actually mess with my controls. And that screws me up a little bit.
None can withstand the Phoenix.
Sabretooth is kind of a grappler. There we are.
Who's next?
Once I have my focus back, that tends to happen. So, still a 6-button fighter. Although now super moves can be performed by pressing these new heavy button shortcuts. If they weren't that way before in the first game, I didn't notice.
Who's next?
But Sabretooth himself is pretty fun. He is an in-your-face character like you would expect him to be. And he's got a few tricks of his own. Stuff that he didn't have in the Marvel vs. Capcom series.
I'll tear you apart!
Always violence.
Yeah!
Might be a little delayed on the sound there. So, air combos are here, but they're kind of clumsy. A little health up. One of our nice Weapon X mutant abilities. We can actually have our special meters
Who's
locked.
next?
Thank you, Forge. Give it that.
Who's next?
One of Sabretooth's more useful tools is the fact that one of his heavy moves is actually an axe kick. It causes a ground bounce. You can go into his Power Geyser super that sets him up for a launcher, oddly enough.
I'll tear you apart!
And the rest is yours.
I summon the full power of the storm!
Yeah!
Have to get close. Really doesn't help when you're flying out of the way of my claws. Unless I have a rapid beatdown move.
Yeah!
He has an air berserker barrage. Waiting. There we are. Wanted to play that one
Your
safe.
friends are next.
Ow. Alright. Little air combo demonstration. Okay. The characters that have some type of fly mechanic screw over Sabretooth. This Berserker Claw goes right under them. It's not great. Tried to read it. That was too close.
Your friends are next. I'll tear you apart! Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like, if you're used to the air combos of Marvel vs. Capcom, you're in for a treat. Here, I am just holding straight up after a launcher.
Who's next?
Not up forward, not up back, just straight upward. Otherwise, it's not as efficient. Otherwise, you don't get what the game considers to be an air combo. You just get an air strike. I'll take that strength up.
Your friends are next.
It's very clear that some characters are harder to fight against than others. It mainly has everything to do with how hard they can zone you out. Like Phoenix and Storm, trouble. Gambit, not so much.
Gonna enjoy this.
En garde!
So, yeah, Nightcrawler, he's gonna be as much of a pain as you expect him to be. I need that way more than you think.
You fought well.
Like, Nightcrawler is all about teleporting, all about combos, all about making sure you can't touch him. Oh my god!
Shall I teleport you somewhere you can recover?
Just teleporting's gonna be the order of the day.
I promise to be rough.
En garde!
But he wouldn't be Nightcrawler if it wasn't. Did I mention he can combo into his super very easily? Very easily.
You fought well.
Like, I can't reliably hit him. can reliably do that.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Who's
Sabretooth's
next?
throw does a good amount of damage. It just has to be enough to punish him. Which normally not.
Yeah.
There we go. That's one of the hard fights
Who's
done.
next? I'll tear you apart.
It was a Spider-Man 2 game. I feel compelled to play it somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my, combos are new. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. I was not expecting it to be harder.
A clean victory.
Way better reads.
Undisciplined.
Okay, this is a problem. They seem to be guarding a lot more than they ever have. This is a problem. Guarding more, doing more combos.
You've got a long way to go.
I'm on normal difficulty, right? Normal difficulty wasn't this bad in the first game.
Gonna enjoy this.
For the sake of all humanity.
All right. I can see Scott's doing his homework.
Undisciplined.
Oh my. There we go.
Who's next?
Undisciplined.
That's what I get. That's what I get for trying to do grabs. There we are.
Your friends are next.
Magneto. Another one I'm probably afraid of, and rightfully so.
I'll tear you apart!
Watch your dreams end.
Yep, another one that can just float in midair, and I just can't stop him. So that's another thing I forgot to mention. Sabretooth technically has 2 Stage 1 supers. He has a health regen, and he has a double axe handle. Alright, regen's wrong. I should call it health recover.
Who's next? Yeah.
That's the double axe handle. That's what that can do. That's why I don't want to approach him. Because he can do a full combo. And then that happens.
Misguided mutant.
Oh, God, Magnus! That's not good.
Xavier taught you nothing.
He didn't teach me. I taught
I
myself.
promise to be rough!
Behold my eyes.
There we go.
Who's next?
Waiting on that approach. Okay, losing this one, understood. I really don't like where this is going.
Who's next?
Not a whole lot of confidence going on here. Now, Mystique, I'm sure you're going to be a problem. Mystique we've covered in the first game. Her deal is guns, guns, and more guns. And against the person that tries to get in your face, Yeah, it's gonna be a conflict of interest.
Gonna enjoy this.
Taste cold steel.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Ooh, stroke rate. Hello.
Ah! Who's next?
I've really not been using that command grab that often, mostly because it's this AI, so I don't expect to pull it off raw. But here we are.
Ah!
Good lord, I should have more confidence in these moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know when that was punishable, but okay.
Ah! 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 Ah!
There we are. That's the damage up. That's what we need.
Your friends are next.
Alright, got my momentum back. Rogue, I don't know what you're wearing and what is up with your hair, girl, but... Like, what was wrong with green? Everything?
Gonna enjoy this.
There we go.
Ready to tussle, sugar?
Ah! Ah! Ah!
God, that does so much.
Ah! Ah! Who's next? Ah! Ah!
Alright. Not gonna let that happen twice. Yeah, it's like a Zangief headbutt. Yeah, like I said, CPU, AI likes to combo now. Oh, further proof of that in action. I'll take that.
Who's next?
I believe our last opponent is coming up. Yep, there is no more fitting opponent for the man that Sabretooth swore that he would track down just for the sake of burying his bones. When I think of rivalries in comic books, this is the rivalry I think of.
I'll tear you apart.
Special delivery.
So Wolverine is going to be fast and furious. I meant it. I did a super move and he was fast enough to make me pay for it. This is what we're dealing with now.
Is that the best you can do?
Like, it depends on the, as I said before, the difficulty of Sabretooth fights depend on the opponent. The love tap, Logan.
Who's next?
Have to stand for his attacks a little bit more. Let's go. Broke him.
Who's next?
Awesome. Yeah, so that is Sabretooth. They were half off at the costume shop. But hey, there's an actual credits now. That was Mutant Academy 2. In all honesty, it deletes the original. The original has some jank in its mechanics, like mashing buttons to get an X across just so you could use a third super. It's missing a couple characters that the sequel definitely fills in, including a few surprise secret characters. Oh, these names. Ken Akamatsu? Not the Ken Akamatsu. Not the Sarah Michelle Gellar. Prince for changing his name back? Walt Disney, well, might want to thank them in like a decade or two from the time of this game's release. But, okay, Mutant Academy 2. Yeah, definitely a step up over number 1. Adds a bit more depth, makes certain moves easier to pull off. A bigger cast list. It just feels more complete. It feels like the game it should have been back in 2000, but I understand you've got a game to put out there because you put it out in honor of the movie. I'm not one to complain about having your back against a wall when it comes to development. But this one, definitely a marked improvement. When I was training to do this arcade mode, it was a new experience trying to get the reins on how this game worked and how to play along with it as opposed to just playing it. I would definitely recommend it for curiosity's sake, especially if you're knee-deep in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. It's a nice deviation. It's a nice Western spin on an established type of fighting game. But that's X-Men Mutant Academy, too. But it wouldn't be the last time we would see Activision publishing an X-Men fighting game, if you can believe it. That's what the next dimension is for.